The McFindlay barrel-aged Scotch Ale is an interesting beer. We take the McFindlay Scotch Ale, which is a normal beer in our repertoire here at Wharf Brewing, and put it into a bourbon barrel. We've done this twice now. The most recent version we put away for between 6 and 8 months and released it at barrel strength. The Scotch Ale does have a little bit of peat smoked malt. If you've been following us here, you've learned that we use peat smoked malt in the Phil Brown Ale. We also used a smoked malt in the Deep Purple Rausch beer. That's a different animal. The percentage of smoked malt that we can use in the Scotch Ale is very low. After spending between 6 and 8 months in the bourbon barrel, the beer does pick up some notes from the barrel. There's a little bit of vanilla, there's some char, there's some oak, there's obviously the notes of peat from the peat smoked malt that is in the base beer, the McFindlay Scotch Ale. This beer does come in at 8% alcohol by volume, so it is a stronger beer, so it does take to aging in the bourbon barrel very well.
Yeah, the peat comes out nicely in this, but it melds with the vanilla and the bourbon exceptionally well. It's surprising how well this beer does in the barrel.
It's a really interesting blend because you get the aging from the barrel, you get the vanilla notes, you get the peat, and also just the malt backbone that makes the Scotch Ale a stronger beer. Not very heavily hopped. That's something that we don't want to see come out in the beer.
It's not a super heavy body beer, but coming out of the barrel, it seems to have increased in strength and flavor, which makes this such a surprise to us. We didn't expect that coming out.
The barrel-aged beers are quite special and can be enjoyed on their own, and if you want to share them with somebody, you can, but you don't have to. And if you're going to pair them with some foods, I'd recommend something in the lines of a smoked cheese, maybe some smoked seafood, or we found these barrel-aged beers go very well with spicy dishes, including Indian food. And this beer, which is a bottle release, is something that will continue to age very well, although I'd recommend drinking it at any time. Cheers.